Why am I standing around in the bathroom in my bra and no makeup? Let me explain. Hey friends, it's Cami. I'm getting laser hair removal on my face, and so I wanted to show all of you kind of a baseline of what we're working with before I have my first appointment at the end of the week, and we're going to go ahead and chronicle the whole thing. So, this is my face. Let me step in so you can see. I just got done shaving, and as you can see, it's still pretty dark. I get up under here. So this area here, like mustache and lower beard area, is always dark. It doesn't matter like what I do. It doesn't matter how often I shave. My skin, well, to shave, it takes me between 10 and 15 minutes usually to do everything, which it depends on kind of like what I'm going to be doing. If I'm going to be going out and spending time with people like I am today, it takes me closer to 15 minutes. But if I'm just kind of sitting around the house, or if I'm just going somewhere and like wearing a mask, then it's closer to 10. So it also, my skin is really sensitive, so it actually hurts to shave. My skin gets inflamed and swells up a little bit. I don't know if you could see on the close-up, if you could see my skin gets very textured. It's not pleasant. And even now, I spent 15 minutes shaving. I can still feel, especially in here, I can still feel stubble because when the skin gets inflamed like that, of course it swells up, and it swells up around the hair. So the razor can only get what's above the skin. So once the swelling starts to go down a little bit, there's still a little bit of hair left, which is why I shave with this. It works way better than the other option. Better than the other option, which is this. This is supposed to get a closer shave, which typically it does. However, it irritates my skin a lot more than the other razor, so the inflammation gets more, and thus it cuts a lot less. Being almost 3 years on HRT, the hair does grow slower than it used to. In order to keep it like this, it used to be that I had to shave twice a day. If I try and shave more than once a day now, like my skin is already fairly sensitive. So if I try and shave again today, like sometime maybe in the next few hours, it gets exceptionally painful. Like I used, let me find it. I tried some of this stuff, which is a chemical, Dilophosaurus. I don't know how to say it, but it didn't do anything. Didn't touch my facial hair. So I got some of this more heavy-duty stuff, and it also didn't touch my facial hair, but it made my skin hurt like a lot. So I'm hoping the laser is gonna kind of take care of stuff so that it doesn't continue being so painful. And once the hair starts to grow out a little bit, it also starts to hurt as it pushes on the skin. I was planning on doing 12 hours, but game ended up running longer than usual. Party was assaulting a cult stronghold. But anyway, so it's gone from being beard shadow to being outright stubble. It's very coarse across my entire face. Let's see what we look like up close. I don't know how much the camera can pick up, but it's a lot darker than it was. Yeah, I thought I was going to get good lighting in here, but it doesn't look like I'm going to. You can see how much it's messed with my skin, this constant shaving. I don't know how much you can see. It's very, I don't know if you can hear that, scratchy, very scratchy, which my skin's starting to get really red. Right in here, you can see it. It's from driving and having my chin, my little squishy bit right here. It's gotten really red because I drove. Game tonight was at a friend of mine's house that's an hour away. So when I drove back, it was, anyway. Yeah, so this is 13 hours later. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow. Hopefully the lighting out here would be a little bit better. I didn't realize the lighting was going to be so shitty in the bathroom, or would have just shot out here the whole time. It has been 24 hours, and it's obvious that I haven't shaved in a while. Let me show you a close-up. See, lots of stubble. Hopefully you can see it well. It's very scratchy. I look like I haven't shaved. I hate this stage of it because it's just starting to really kind of get scritchy, which I don't like. It's the kind that is probably, well, I don't want to say it's the most irritating to the skin, but it's pretty irritating to the skin. I mean, it's all pretty irritating to the skin. I still get a few days before the treatment. I'm going to try and do this again tomorrow, so you can see 2 days of not shaving, but 1 day of not shaving. I usually don't go any more than this because it starts to really kind of build up. I talked to a few different places about laser hair removal, and the one that I'm going with, they kind of talked to me like a human being a bit more than some of the other ones. So the place where I'm going, there aren't any clinics in my city that do it. So I'm going to be driving to a nearby city. It's only about a 45-minute drive or so it's not like it's far or like prohibitive in any way, but I didn't want to drive all the way down there just to do like a consult. And oh, my eye itches like fucking crazy today. And there was only one place that would do the consult without kind of being idiots about it, or do a remote consult. I talked to a few places back in 2020, like late summer, early fall of 2020, and everybody did remote consults then, obviously. And some of the same places that I talked to then wouldn't do remote consults now. And one of the places, they wouldn't do a remote consult. They gave me some nonsense. I didn't even follow up. Another one, they wanted to do an in-person consult. And when, so one of the places, they wanted to do an in-person consult. And then I said, okay, well then don't worry about it. I'm not going to do the consult at all. And suddenly they could do a remote consult by phone. And it really annoyed the shit out of me. When I talked to them, they wouldn't give me straight answers about anything. And the whole time, they just kept feeding me this fucking nonsense language. It's like this, I just wanted to yell at them, like, don't give me any of your fucking frou-frou scented candle yoga cult bullshit. Just answer my goddamn questions. They didn't even want to answer my questions about how much it costs, how much, how many treatments that I would get so I could have like a per treatment thing. They just kept feeding me bullshit. So of course I'm not seeing them. The place that I am seeing, it was super easy.
Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really?
I just, went on their website, I answered a bunch of preliminary questions, and then they did a phone consult without issue because a bunch of their questions were already answered. So that's the place I'm going with, the place that was nice to me and didn't treat me like a commodity, I guess. I don't know. It drives me nuts. That kind of language it drives me insane. This is 2 days without shaving. Step up so you can see. It's very scruffy. One of the things about really any kind of facial hair is that because it's so coarse, anytime my pores stretch, so anytime I kind of do anything at all with my face, it rubs against my skin and just starts to irritate and it starts to get hurt. You could see over here where it's all irritated still, and some under here. Again, in my squishy bit right there. But yeah, it's not great. Three-day beard. I hate it. It's very noticeable, very scruffy. I got my first appointment in a couple hours, so I'm gonna go get this shit off my face. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. It felt kind of like a combination between, you know, when the air is really dry and you get like, you go to reach for a light switch and you get like a really bad zap on your hand. It felt kind of like that, but like in rapid succession, very quickly in a line across my face, like a whole bunch of them. So it was kind of a combination between that and like it dragging a razor blade across, like just enough to break the skin, but like only in the moment. So it was kind of like real quick. You know, you could see me flinching because that's why. It was unpleasant. My face was pretty raw the rest of the day, but I think that was mostly because of the way I shaved. I was pretty aggressive, and it was just a one-bladed razor. It wasn't the 5-bladed bougie razor that the tech suggested. The hair grew back like immediately, exactly the same way it always does, which is pretty typical. They told me for laser hair removal, the first treatment, you don't really see any results, but after that, you start to get some really kind of hefty results. However, I didn't notice right away, but last week I ended up having to go a day or so without shaving. Unlike normally I shave every day. Anyway, I have this series of bald spots right in this area and along my jawline here. So like right where it was thickest, right where it like kind of hurts the most. So it's definitely working. I haven't had bald skin here since I was like middle school. So it's nice, and it's nice and smooth right where it is. I don't know if you can see it. No, I don't think you can see it through my makeup, whatever. Yeah, so I got my second one tomorrow. It's been a month. I got my second one tomorrow. We'll see how I feel after that one. I look like I have mange. It's not entirely fair. I've got a lot of like little patchy spots, which is good. Most people don't respond to laser hair treatments quite as effectively as I have. I have very pale skin, as I'm sure you've noticed, and very dark facial hair, which is kind of the perfect combo for laser hair removal. So yeah, right now it's very patchy. It looks kind of ridiculous when I'm not wearing makeup, but success so far. This last treatment, well, my second treatment, really, really hurt at the time that it was happening. I don't know why it hurt so much more than my initial treatment, but it did. Worth it though. Totally worth it. It hurts less every time I go in, which is nice. Because my skin takes so well to it that they say there's at least a minimum of 6 appointments, and a minimum. So we'll see. I also wanted to do this right after the appointment so that you could kind of see what my face looks like. It's not red. It's not inflamed or anything. Let me turn on a dome light. Whatever. I'm sure you can see that it's not. Doesn't look too bad. So this is the kind of thing I'd really recommend to anyone. I've had a lot of great success, and I really think other people should give it a try, provided you're a good candidate for it. You know, not everyone is. And provided you can afford it. It's not prohibitively expensive, but it's also not cheap. So, you know, if you've got, it's about $2,000 probably right around for most people. So, you know, contact different salons or different treatment centers, talk to an esthetician, and kind of, you know, gauge it from there. You get a bad vibe off anyone, then, you know, obviously don't go to them, but, you know, shop around, see what's available to you. So thanks for going on the journey with me. I hope I was informative and helpful for you in some way. And I will see you next time. Bye. Just fucking merge. Jesus.